Okay, here we are. Okay, so let's run our website and our project and see what we have done so far. So we go to game. I should just have that as the start page. But okay, so here we are. This is our sweet, awesome page, our app that we have so far. So we have a roster that we could view the members of our party because we're the greatest party in the world. This is not a tribute. This is actually the greatest party in the world, right? And if we go back, we can create a character here. I mean, we will make this look better later on, but what's important to us now is the functionality. We go back and then we could kill a character by providing the name of the character. Right now we have it so you have to provide the exact name, and we could improve that later on, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so let's go back and do a quick run through, just a quick review of. We understand how we got the roster somewhat, right? Let's go through our game controller. Controller here. And remember, do you guys remember our magical database object? Okay. So what this magical thing, what it does is it creates a connection to a database, and we can access the tables in that database like there were classes or objects. So we have, give me a second, I should have opened this earlier. Do not recover. And this is our database here, don't worry about it. Okay, so our database is called Cool Database that I created. Again, do not freak out if you don't understand anything about this. It is totally okay. Okay? And we have a table called person. And let's see what that table looks like. And these are the columns. This is the information, the properties or columns that there are in this table. And we can sort of interchangeably use this person with the code this person here. And so the database, well, the people table, it somewhat behaves like a list of persons in the database. Again, I'm going to keep repeating and throwing this at you. I know you might not understand it 100%, but it will become kind of second nature after a while. How do you guys feel about it so far? Do you feel it? Can you touch it? At least you have a finger on it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Also, notice I said on it, not in it. See, I went, yes. Yeah, exactly. I did not go there. Yeah, so you guys have a finger on it, got to get more, a little bit of better grasp. But we're getting there. And again, this is the magical and the people list, and we could, we just retrieve it. We put it in here, and we have a view that displays a list of people, or person, and as many as there are, we can, because we use the for each loop. Okay. Again, this is important for us to go through this. That way, you get the hang. So when we do a create character, run me through the flow. Who's going to run me through the flow? Dave, run me through the flow of create character, line by line. Go ahead. I'm gonna put a.
Okay.
Yeah.
We accessing the game controller.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit create character here.
Yes. And then we're gonna go through the action create character.
Yep. And then we
which
got to,
gives us a nice form where
yep.
the user enter the
That's
name of the character, the character job, the character's age, and press the create character submit button.
that's right. That's right. Ring bearer, and he's like 69 or something. I forgot how old Bilbo was. Um.
When you hit that create character
Yep.
submit button,
Okay. Go
it
ahead.
should return. Let me see.
I'm gonna submit
It
all this
should.
information.
Okay, you have all that information.
Yep.
You hit that create character submit button, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
See, it should redirect action to
Yep.
action to roster action.
Well, yeah, but let's start, let's slow it down and let's go here. Let's go line by line. So I'm about to submit this form data to this action here, right? Because that's what we've done so far. We did this already. Okay, so I'm going to do it right. Blip. Okay, what is the first thing we check?
Uh, the string name, person,
Yeah,
new person.
did the data come through? Did the data map? Did the
Yes.
data get put in the correct variables? That is the number one right there. And as we can see by hovering over them or looking down here, it did. So now, let's go line by line here. What am I doing here? So
Yeah,
remember, we're
create
saving the character. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, create an instance of a person.
Beautiful. Okay, and then?
And then your
Go
the
ahead.
name of the character submitted.
That's right. You're populating the instance
Right.
with the
We're
information we
populating
got.
the instance,
That's right. Okay.
which is stored in the object called database.
Somewhat. Wait. Yeah, we're slowly but surely. Let's go here. Okay, so a person here, I'm putting the data here, right? Okay. So now when I'm here, I have an instance of an object, an instance of a person, and it has the information that we passed it, correct? Okay. So now here, since we have the object, we have created the person, we want to put it in the database. So go ahead, continue now.
Okay, you're storing that person object into a database.
Yep. So here I am creating the database object, right? And here, what am I doing here with the yellow?
You're adding it to the people database.
That's right. The people table in the database, correct? And then what am I doing?
You're saving
The changes.
The changes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then here, this is where you were referring to before. We're redirecting.
Right, redirect action to roster action.
Yeah, because we want to display the updated roster. So let's see what happens. Okay, do we see Bilbo there, ring bearer? And there he is. He is right there. Okay, so this is good. This is good. I am digging it. So the flow that we just went through, how do you feel about that flow? Do you feel okay? Do you understand somewhat a little bit how we did that flow?
Yes.
Okay, so you feel somewhat comfortable. Okay, great. So, what's up, Dan? How you doing?
Still here, feeling good about this.
Okay, now I'm gonna give you the next one. Are you ready? Okay, so flow. Give me the flow of when I hit the kill character here. What happens?
We're gonna ask for the game controller.
Yep.
Which is going to send us to the kill character view.
Action,
sorry.
action.
Action. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
don't worry. It's okay. Okay, and there we are.
And from here, we're going to accept a user input.
Okay, which we are right here. Yeah,
I think that's a name.
this is a
Just
name. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Once it's what?
so I have entered Bilbo. Okay.
Alrighty.
So,
Once it's submitted, we're gonna see if we're gonna see if there's information passed.
okay.
I don't remember where it actually goes.
Oh, okay. Well, how do I find out where it goes?
F12. Yeah, 12.
F12. Okay, remember F12 it. When in doubt, F12 it. It doesn't rhyme, but F12 it anyway. So F12, which really I need to get this freaking thing down here somewhere. But all right.
It's always been like that for me. I like it. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah. Okay, so here, blip, I examine the form, right? So, okay, this is a form over here. Okay, so, oh, okay, I see the form here. And it is submitting to kill character action. Well, this time it's a post. So it's going to go to the one that handles the post action. Okay.
HTT post.
That's right. So let's see what we do here. Do we have anything? So it's kill character. Oh, okay. So kill character. We have a kill character action that handles the post here.
Wow, that's incredible.
What? What is it? What?
Just the way you could look it up and just like bam, it takes you right to it.
It is. It's very nice.
Uh,
Let's see. So here I go. Are we ready? So I'm gonna hit it and not quit it. Okay. So bam. Okay, I have submitted. So we have been redirected, or well, we have been routed or directed to the correct action. So what is the first thing I do when I get here? Always. Whenever you submit anything to a form, I mean, whenever you submit a form to an action, what is the first thing that you have to check?
you're losing me there.
Okay. Bam, whether or not it was mapped. Remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got to check whether or not the information you're sending came through. Because what if nothing was put into the name variable, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I'm looking for this, but you're
It
not.
was invalid or whatever.
Exactly, or null or blank or something. So that is number one. I mean, after a while, we're going to assume that it's mapping, but at the beginning, we're not going to assume because it's very important. Okay, so then let's take it step by step. And what's the whole point where we're sending a name to this action here? What do we want to do? What do we want to accomplish?
We want to delete an entry from the person's list.
That's right. That's right. So in order to do that, since we're messing around with the database because that's where we want to delete it from, correct?
Yes.
So I created a database instance. Look at that. It's called a Sweet Database Instance. And this is Mumbo Jumbo over here, right? This is Mumbo Jumbo. And
we're looking for the first entry that matches a name, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. We're looking for the first entry that matches this name here. And we are going to, well, so let's say we found it. Okay, and then we go to the next one. How can I tell whether or not we found it or it did not?
Can we highlight over the person to kill?
That's right. Yes. So, as you can see, it has value. It has data. If I did not find anything, it would be null and it would have nothing here. You wouldn't even get this. This whole thing would be null. Instead, you get something of type person, and it's legit. So we're good here. We're in good ground. And then what am I doing here?
We're going to go through the entry that matches, and we're going to remove it.
Okay. So we got the entry that matches here. And then we're going to remove it from the table, from the people table, by using the remove function. And what we want to remove is this instance, because we have a handle on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure it saves.
Yep.
We don't have to do this all over again.
And then the roster here. Shablips. There you go. There's Bilbo. He did not last long. Poor guy. He got caught right at the beginning. He got caught coming out of the Shire this time.
He's still there.
Yeah. He's chilling with Tom Bombadil. I think he's eating pie with Marigold. But let's see. So far so good, man. This is money. Say it with me, guys. This is money. Right here.
This is money.
Yeah, this is serious money right here. Okay, so now, well, we have a way to create and we have a way to kill a character, right? So, what else do we have? What do you think? What else do we have? What else? So, what else can we do with a character, or what else are we supposed to do with character information?
Edit.
That's right. Yes. Edit or update the information. That is very important. It is very, very important. So let's create an edit page, edit player page. Is that cool? Okay. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions here, because we can kind of take the long way or the shorter way or the easiest way. I'm not sure. Whichever points out, whichever is best for learning, I guess. How would you guys create an edit page, or how would you access it? Ideas. Remember, we have a roster. And do we have something that looks like an edit page already somewhat? Well, let's create the edit page first. Before we go do this, let's just create an edit page. Okay.
Could we put an edit panel inside of the roster page?
Yes, we can. Indeed. We could put an edit button, which whenever you click it, you go to the edit page. That is usually the best way of doing it. Same thing with delete. Like, we could have a delete button here or an edit button here, or both. But for now, again, since we're learning, we're doing it step by step and just building up to it. But yes, we could have an edit page here. We could have an edit page here. So let's go back and let's run through. Let's think about it. Okay. Let's create an edit page. That is what we are doing. How would you create an edit page? In thinking in the NVC, from the NVC point of view. Well, go ahead. Give me some ideas. What is an edit page after all? I give you guys 15 seconds. I'm going to check my Facebook. And then think about it, write it down. Let's see. Okay, Dave, talk to me. What you got?
An edit page.
Yes. What does an edit page do? What does it look like?
It probably looks like a create character page.
Bam! God damn it! You guys are smart motherfuckers. Exactly. That's right. It looks like a create character page, right? With what exception?
We're gonna edit it.
Well, yes, but what else? See, I'm gonna click on this create character page here. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna click on the create character page. And here I am. I got data. I mean, I don't have data. It's an empty form, right? And then I submit to create it to the database. Okay. So
in this case, do we want to search for the name of the character and then retrieve the details and then edit and resubmit those?
God damn it, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. That is correct. So in this case, before we get, so basically all a create character page is, it's something that collects information about a character here, and then you submit it and then you create that character, right? The only difference between the edit and the create is that the edit, you pre-populate it. So exactly what you just said, pretty much. So I am going, so no, you're correct. So before we get to this part here, we want to basically populate these things with the person that we want to edit. So yeah, so I'm gonna, since you guys are smart mofos, I'm gonna help you out, and I'm gonna help you out here. I'm gonna help you out by copying this, because I'm lazy mofo, right? Pasting right here, and then we're gonna call it edit character. I mean, you guys understand the concept, so we can move this a little bit, which is good. Edit character. There you go. Oh wait, this is display character. Oh, oops. Oh, this is even better. Display character. Where's edit character? Okay. So, since I am going to use this form to update information about a person, and I'm going to be passing information about a person. So what kind of model should I be messing around with in this form? Well, we only have one model. Yeah. It is a person model. I'm going to pass it a person model.
Ah, derp.
No worries, no worries. I'm helping you guys here because you guys are picking this up pretty quick. So, and this is kind of important here. This is very important because I might have skipped a step here, but it's fine. We're kind of doing it. Give me 1 second because I can save us some work here by reusing. This is fine. Okay, yes. So no, this is good. This is better, I think. So yeah, so we have the edit character page, and we want to pass a person object to it, just like we did to display character. You guys remember that we could display character, and we use the model right here. Okay. All right. Yeah. And the same thing with roster. Roster takes in something of type list person. All right. So our edit character is going to take a person. We are not going to submit. Well, we're going to submit to probably edit character. All right. We're just going to call this edit character here. Okay, so this is where we're starting. I hope you guys are awake at least for the next half an hour, because this is where it's gonna get. This is kind of the next step with models and how you use models. Okay, so I pass the model to it, person, and we have a form. So, and here, remember that we're kind of collecting the name, since we're using the create character form. So this is the edit. So since the edit, we're using the edit, that means that we're getting an existing person already that we're being passed, and that is going to be our model. So we have access to the model, and we have access to the properties of that model. So the way we're going to do this, let's see. This is going to be a bit tricky, but okay. Value. Let me know if this confuses you at all. If I go model.name, does that confuse you at all?
We're looking for the name within the model.
Yeah.
It is defined as person in our controllers.
Yep. And we're putting it as the value of this text box. Value name. And if I say value equal model.name. Well, actually not. This is good. This is job, I think. Sorry. Job. I mean, we're kind of taking a little bit of a detour here, but it's fine. I think there's an easier way of doing it, but it's all good. And submit edit character. I just want you guys to understand something first. Edit character. Okay. So the value for a text box, that is what is going to be on that little on the text box, pretty much. That's when it's going to show up. That's when it's going to display. Usually we don't do that in the create character. Why do we don't do that? Well, because there's no value, right? I mean, we're entering the value ourselves. Okay. So again, so we have a view here. Again, I'm gonna go through this maybe in a different way, but for now, just hang in there because I wanna definitely want to explain one of the concepts this way. Okay, so I have a view. I have an edit character page. I want to create the edit character page, pass it a model, and it's going to display this information about the model. Okay, so let's call it edit character. Okay, so I have a page. So what else do I need? I have an edit character page. So what else? What's missing? I have the HTML edit character. What else do I need?
Some way to access the previous data.
That is correct. But even before that, well, I need an action, right?
Right.
Yeah. I know. You guys got this. I do. This is just to bring up the form. And return view. Yeah, I just want you guys to. So this would return the form and pass. Yeah, so when we go here, this is when we go to the form right here. Okay, so as you said, we need to get a person so we can inject into the view, correct? That is what we've kind of been getting at. All right, so for now, let's cheat and take the short way or the fast way. And how do I retrieve? Well, let's retrieve a person or somebody from the database. Well, first of all, how do I create a database object? How do I mess around with the database? Anyone know?
Create an instance of the database.
That's right. Yes. Sound it out, man. Sound it out. I need you guys to think and throw it out there. You gotta flow.
Database equals new database.
There you go. Yeah, no, just creating is good. Creating is good. Okay. So now I have a connection to the database. And what do I want?
You want to retrieve
A person.
Yes.
All right. So for now, let's call it person. And let's say database per people. And you know what? Let's get the first one. This just says, just give me the first. I'm just doing short, kind of a shortcut here. We'll get more, we'll get better at it. But for now, let's do it like this. So this will give me the first person of the people table. So it probably should give me Bill Vida or something like that. What happens if I say last? Who would it give me?
Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Yep. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. And I can sort of cheat, but yeah. Let me give you guys a quick and dirty way. Find 5. Give me 1 second. What do you think find 5 would be?
Find the character of the ID 5.
That's right.
Out of range.
Yep, and this one it would be the ID 5 here. So
ID, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because this is kind of Yeah, the ID 5. Remember that I told you guys that I might have brought it up, quickly, that when you create a table, you really should have a unique value for them, so they could be represented uniquely. Um, and that's one of the main ideas of a database, or table in a way. And I want you to repeat it with me. This is what is called a key. Say it with me. This is a key.
This is a key.
That's right. That's a key. And key means money. If you understand what a key is, that is money. You get people that know what a key is, they get paid money. Because you can access records if you have a key very quickly. So you see,
Like Social Security number.
yeah, it's like 5. There's only one 5. Boom. It goes straight there. It doesn't need to search. You could just go, give me that 5. Blep. Okay. But that is just, actually, let's keep this. Yeah. I hope that you guys are kind of remembering. I will put it in the notes later, and you guys should take notes also, that this is just a special function, right? It just says, hey, find the key 5. That's all. We could say, give me the name where, equal Baron, and all that kind of stuff. But it gets a little tricky to write that. But for now, key equals 5. All right. All right, so now I have a person. I have a person, 5 here. And so what do I need to do? I have a person. So I have retrieved that person from the database, and I need to pass it to my view to display it. So how do I pass it to my view? You guys remember? Remember roster. We're passing an object, which is a list, to roster. And in this view here, our view requires something of type person to be passed to it so we can display the information for that person. So in here, remember, view is a function that takes an HTML and passes it some kind of object. So in here, what object do I want to pass to the view? You guys remember? Well, what's the only thing that we're dealing with now?
Person.
That's right. So we're passing that person right there. Blip. I know it seems like magic. I know. But it's pretty powerful. It's very powerful. This database stuff, it's very extremely powerful. So we just got a person. So remember, this is kind of the easy way, we're building upon this. So all we're doing, we're kind of cheating. We're just getting, kind of hard coding person 5 for now, and let's get person 5 and then display that person. All right. So let's run it. And let's see what happens. All right. How do we go to our action?
Accessing the game controller.
Yep.
Type in it.
That's right.
/ game.
And then which action?
Edit character action.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm going in. We're ready? Okay. So, boom. I put a breakpoint. Okay, we're here. We're cool. Okay, I created a database. Blap. Okay, I got access to the database. I say, hey man, find me the person with the key 5. Boom. Did it find it? Let's see. Oh, okay, it did. There's Dan. He has ID 5. That's who I wanted. And I'm passing that person to the view. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Are we going to crash or are we going to display some stuff? Oh,
Wow.
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Look at that. That is pretty sweet. So,
Do we want to create a new button though?
we could.
I mean, so we've retrieved the character, but we have no way to pass the new information.
Oh, yeah. You mean like the actual edit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the action, the actual edit action, you mean. Well, let's see. Let's go to the edit character. So, again, we're putting the value of the model that we passed. This is what we do here, right? This is what we do in here. Okay. And we're submitting to the edit character post action. And does that exist? I do not think that exists. So we need to create it. I'm sorry, Dan, did I miss something? What's that?
No, I got. Sorry.
No, you. So I mean, you're correct. You want to create the actual action that handles the editing of the character. Okay. So how do I do that? Well, let's see. So um, hmm. Let me. I am going to show you guys something magical. Okay. It's gonna be magical. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we will see. Okay. Remember, it is like magic now. All right. Edit character, which is something that we should have kind of gone over it before, but it's okay because it's gonna be like magic. HTTP post. Okay, I want to test something. Let's see. I'm gonna put a breakpoint here. And we're submitting to this view. I mean, we're submitting to this action here, right? Okay. And let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. And this is going to seem like magic, but hang in there. This is one of the things that is very powerful about this. So we're submitting all the information from the edit character form, and we're dealing with something of type person. The model is person. So when we submit, we can actually, well, what values are we submitting? Sorry.
We want to submit the name, job, and age.
Yeah, and we're doing that. Sweet. So here we would kind of have the same thing as what? As a kind of create character because it's the same thing. It's the same information, right?
Yeah.
So I could sort of copy and paste this in a way. And that would be correct. But let's see. Now, let me ask you if you think this makes sense. Do you see how things are mapped to these things here? These variables that we created because they have the same name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see they have the same name here. And in the models, we have the same name as well, right? You guys see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to test something and see if this works. Okay. What if we just do a shortcut and just say person, person. Okay. Let's see if this is cool and this works, right?
You think because it's handling all the same information, it'll just pass it along?
Yes.
That
Well,
would be nice.
let's hope. We don't know. I don't know if it works, man. I don't know. Let's check it out. We're ready? Okay. I'm going to run something here. This is where we're kind of getting into the whole model aspect of NVC. And the whole model aspect is very powerful. It can save you a lot of time. And again, it's freaking powerful. Okay, so I'm going to what is it? Game, edit character, and I'm going to go to it. Okay, we already did this right here. I'm going to number 5, passing it to the view, and boom, look at that. So let's say that then I want to change this job to warlock dash I don't know, wizard, and he's now 112. Okay.
Level up.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so now let's see if this works. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Really?
Okay, I'm gonna hit edit character. Let's see what happens. Bip. Okay, now how do I check what went through?
You can highlight the person.
Okay, so there it is, person. Oh man,
Yeah.
look at that. So as you can see, the system is smart enough to know when you're messing around with models, as long as you have the same name and the model has the, because basically this edit page is messing with something of type model, a person, right? The model is person. And the person has the name, job, age, etc. And it's and it knows to map these things, and as long as it has the same name, it's gonna get back to the controller. And since you're dealing with a person object, it's gonna try to do its best to put the information into the slots that you gave it, basically that you named them. Okay, so that is pretty cool. One thing that that we kind of need to well, one thing that is kind of important, right? Well, yes. Give me 1 second here. Person. Okay, yeah. Tell me what is missing here that we should sort of know from this character.
We don't have an ID.
Correct. So that is one thing that we kind of need in order to be messing around with this person. because that is kind of the one thing that should not change, it cannot change. So I am going to do something. Let's see. You see this edit character here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pass the ID in the form as well.
Yeah. We don't have to
Display it.
physically. As a matter of fact, we don't want to edit it, but we do want to pull it.
Exactly. We just want to display it. We just want to put it here so it gets passed to the form. So the way you do that is you do an input and you do type. Guess what? Hidden. And you value model.id. And that gets passed here. And this gets passed to the edit character. Oh, sorry. Okay, edit character. Okay. Where's my water? Okay, so here, all right. So far, so good. Well, let's run it and see if we get it. Okay, here we go. Game / edit character. All right. Now, you guys see these values here, right? But if I press F12, you could actually investigate to see if any hidden characters or hidden text. You see it here?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Because basically over here I'm saying, hey, hide this value for me and pass it to the pass it in the form. And again, since the model is the ID that we're putting in the value, we're putting it in there. Okay. And there we go. And that makes sense there somewhat, right? And let's see if it went through. All right. How do I check to see if it went through? Hover. And it did not. Because, yeah, why didn't it? That's weird. That should have been through. Oh, crap. Yeah, I forgot something. You need to name it.
Oops.
Yeah. We did not name it. We just put the value. And now, let's see. All right, let's go to edit character again. Let's F12 it. We got 5. All right. Okay, getting our second win now. Okay, let's do this. Let's wake up. Okay, hidden edit character. Check the value. Boom. There we are. Blip blip. You guys see this? It's beautiful. We got Warlock, age, blip. All right. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricksy. Let's see. Give me 1 second. This is where it gets a little tricksy here. Well, what do you think? What do we need to do next? We have the person that we want to edit, and we have the updated values. So what do you think we should we need to do? I mean, sound it out. Sound it out for me. Go ahead. Well, ideally, what is it that we want to do? Just
We
well, just in English. Go ahead. What is it?
you want to go to updated roster with the new information.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I want so break it down for me though. So you said something about the roster. What do I want to do with the roster?
Redirect to action.
Well, no. Well, we're missing something though. We're not there yet. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Hmm. Let me see. So
Oh,
yeah,
are you updating the database with the new
e-
edit?
exactly. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Well, we have to update the database with edit. So I have to kind of um, I have to kind of admit it here that I use a special way at work to do that. But I think we can do it here with this way, with a simpler way. So let's see, let's find it. I mean, I know what it is, but let's go through these. Let's go through these. Let me know if you see anything that might, well, add. Well, let's, what methods? So we have add, you use it to add information to it, right?
Yes.
All right,
We
so
have remove.
we have remove. Okay, so what else could we look for? This is as a programmer, this is kind of your responsibility. Your
Update.
oh, good, exactly. So let's see. Do we have anything for updating? All right. We don't. The problem is that we should have a special update function, but let me see. There's I have it set up so it's a little different. So let's say if we have the easier way. Let's see first. If not, we're gonna have to do it the wrong way. I mean, not the wrong way, the long way. Okay, we'll attach maybe. All right. Any all aggregate. All right. Yeah, because I have a like I said at work, we do it in a special way. But let me show you the long way or kind of the correct way. Okay, so sound it out for me. What did we need to do when we wanted to delete something?
Recreate a variable person to kill.
Yes. So we got it from the database, right?
Right.
And so first we got that variable, which we got, and we got that, and we set that variable equals to the instance of the database, correct? Okay, good, good. Let me see. Damn it, I don't think this one has it. Oh, SQL query update. All right, we'll just do it the long way. I'll set it up so we do it the easier way next time. Um, let's see. Okay, so um, this is kind of the suck. Well, not the sucky way. This is the correct way. This is how we do it at work. But I wanted to do it a little bit cleaner. Okay, so we got the person, right? We got the person from the outside here. So now, how can I get? Well, which person do we want to update from the database?
Dan.
Okay, and how do we know it's Dan?
The
ID.
unique index.
Exactly. So check this out. Don't get lost here. Don't get confused. Let me know if this makes sense. Okay. Okay. Let me know if this makes sense. If this is equals database dot people dot find. And who is it that we want to find? Dan, right?
5. Yes.
Okay, so, well, this has to, we're getting the information of the person that we want to update from the view, right? From the form. And that is being submitted to this action. So what would represent the ID of the person that I want to update? Well, are we sending any kind of ID here to represent which is the person that we want to update with the information that we want to update?
You lost me there.
All right, no worries, no worries. Okay, so let me, hold on. Let me take this away. Okay, so when we get here, right, we're sending the information of the person we want to edit. So we're sending the name, updated job and age, along with the ID. What is the ID? What does that signify? What does that mean? Like, why are we using the ID? What does it represent?
A unique character. We don't have a duplicate just because they have the same name or whatever.
Correct, yes. And it also is the ID of the person that we want to edit, right? Yeah. Yeah. I know it's simple. So here, this is the ID of the person that we want to edit. So therefore, when we get here, person.id, which is gets mapped, correct, is going to be the ID of the person that we want to search for or that we want to edit, correct? Okay, now, if I want to, so let's say that I have the database. So two things, remember, one thing that you got to remember is once we are messing around with the views, our connection to the database is lost in a way. Our object connection to the database is somewhat lost. I know that might not make 100% sense, but just keep in mind that the connection to the database is lost. All it is just an object with all this information in it. That's all it is. It's just a container. But what piece of information in here is useful for us so we can establish the link, so we can look for in the database to get the information for this person. Do you guys see it? Well, it's the ID, right? I mean, I'll go over this.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the ID. Once we go over through the whole flow, it's going to make a lot more sense. Don't fret.
Basically, when we call the person's name and have agreed that we want that specific person, we want to hold on to the ID so we can use it later.
Yes, exactly. And we want to use it later because we want that person, we want to search for that person in the database so we could get a hold of, or we could get access to his record in the database. Remember, all is just there is, once we do this over here, there is kind of no connection to the database anymore. All this is just a variable. at least for now.
Makes sense.
But if we want to update an existing one, the reason this works before is that it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it doesn't exist before. Like when we create, remember when we create a character and we get this information here, we create a new person here and we pass it this information and we're able to add it. And we're able to do that because there is that this is not it did not exist before. Sorry, it did not exist before. So we could just put it in the database, and the database will give it an ID, a new ID, and it will insert it in the database, and it's gonna be cool. But can we insert, since we're editing something, can we insert something that already has an ID in it? No, we cannot. Because, well, can we insert something that has an ID of 5 into it again? We cannot. Why not?
We haven't done anything to call on the entry by ID.
Well, that is true. But also, we cannot enter a new one. We can only update.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can only update an entry. So remember this is very important. In order to update an existing entry, you need to, one, get a hold of that entry. And then you modify that entry. Again, hopefully I'll write this down in a better way for the notes. But yes, so get a hold of entry. Say it with me. So one, I'm gonna put it over here. One. Get hold of entry, probably using ID. And two, modify that entry. And then three, what do you think you need after you modify it?
Save changes.
That's right. God damn it. Yes. You guys are good. Save changes. So again, this is something that I know you guys are learning, and this is new to you. And you know we'll get it. We'll get it. Well, once you understand this is you know, pretty good stuff, pretty advanced stuff. Okay. So let's see. So now get a hold of the entry. So I want to get a hold of the entry. So I want to get the entry and I want to put it into this variable here. So I have a database, people. Do I have a way to find entries in the database? Yes.
We were searching for them by name anyway.
Well, we were before, but we also have find, right? Remember?
Yeah.
We have find. And find, you could give it an ID. And it will find the person with that ID. There we go. So, how can which ID do I need to give? Well, whose ID do I want to find here? What's Dan's ID or the person's ID?
Fine.
Exactly. But since we're passing it here, does this have any ID here in this person here? The information that we're passing on to this action. Let's see. Does it have an ID?
Person, not ID.
It does indeed. And that will get the ID of the person that we are, well, that we want to edit. Okay, so I know this seems a little bit kind of, I don't know, kind of intuitive. I think is that if that is the word, but we'll get it. So now this represents I have the person here, right? That with this ID here. Okay, so now I want you to, for now, when at least for now, I want you to imagine that this this object has information, right? This is the container for information that you're getting from the edit character page, correct? And this represents the actual database object. Okay, so say it with me. So this represents the actual table row here. Because that's what we're doing. We're saying, hey, find the person with this ID in the people table and put it here. So this kind of is it's connected to this row here. Okay. And this is just a container that brings information from the UI from the in a form that you can use to update this object. Now, so how would I update the name? Well, how do I access the name in the table here? Anyone know? Go ahead. Person to update. Dot name. Remember, this represents the record in the database. And since I'm updated, I want to update this record with what? What is the new data? Go ahead. Do you guys remember? Was that sorry? Yeah, with the name. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but which one was that? Well, I mean, this name here. I mean, there's no such thing as name, but where am I getting the name that I want to update from?
Person that name.
Exactly. Blam. And then what else do I want to update? I want to update the job, correct? And what new job do I want to?
Person, not job.
One second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me tell these people to get the data. Doña, baje la voz, por favor. Recuérdese. Okay. All right. I'm back. Okay. So, yeah. So person dot job here and person to update. I know this is a little bit weird, but you know, once you get the hang of it, it's updating data. It's a little bit trickier than adding and deleting. NH equals person dot age. So I have this. I'm modifying the entry. So this has modified the entry here. Okay, so this again, this is basically me having access to the table in the database here and overriding the stuff here. But that will not happen until what? So we accomplished number one. We got a hold of the entry. We have modified it. So what's next?
Save.
That's right. And database. So since it's a database, all these do database save changes. There again, there is an easier way to do this by using update, but for now, uh, it's all good. Um, for now, this is kind of the way we're going to update information. It's a little bit weird, but it's okay. We'll get used to it. So, blam, blam. So now that we have updated something here, where should we redirect to? What do we want to see?
Redirect to the action roster.
That's right. Because we want to see the updated roster. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. We don't know. Let's check it out. Well, first of all, let's run it normally and see if it did anything. Okay, here we go. Definitely, it's better to learn it the long way first. That way your minds can grab the flow. Okay, so edit. Game, edit character. Okay, so remember we gave it 5. We just Dan. So let's see, Warlock Wizard and 112. I'm gonna hit edit character. Let's see what's gonna happen. Ready? Okay. Aha! Did the change go through? You guys there? You awake?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, no, that's all good. It's all good. It's one of those days we were gonna have. No worries, no worries. I just want to get to this, and then we might cuddle earlier or something. But this is good though. Okay, so let's go step by step here. Okay. Well, first of all, let's do step by step here. I am gonna go to all right, Dan, run me through this. Okay, I'm about to hit edit character to get the view, to get the form, correct? Okay, run me through the flow. Here I go. Boom. What's happening here?
We are accessing the database entries, looking for a person under entry 5.
That's right, ID 5 with the I-tree 5. ID 5. All right, so
we're going to return the view with that person loaded in.
okay, so let's see what happens. Boom. So Dan has the ID 5, and that is cool. And we have retrieved his information here, which is good. All right, so let's say we want to update. Let's see. So it's a Warlock Paladin, maybe.
Paladin's a good choice.
Yeah, get the heals. All right, so 115 for now. Okay. And okay. So I am going to hit edit character. So let me ask you a question here. If I press S12 and I look around and I see that I have this hidden value here. What does this represent? The 5.
That represents the ID of the character whom we're
That's right.
choosing.
And this is the ID here. And that is going to get mapped into the object that is going to be receiving all that information from the form. So all this stuff is going to go into this object as long as it's named properly. Okay, so here I go, including the ID. So here I go. I'm going to edit character. Boom. Okay, so Dave, what's up? Run me.
Hey, sup?
Okay, so what's happening here? Sound it out. So I got the information. I have submitted the form to this action, and this form has it maps
right,
over
the
here.
form and it maps that person.
That's right, and we have values, so that means it mapped somewhat correctly or correctly, yes. And then we have person, which has information. Okay, so what's next? What's the deal?
It goes in a database object.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
we're accessing that database and looking for that person object.
Yep.
And we create an instance person to update.
That's right. So now this is a connection. This is the object. This represents the table row or the table record for Dan right now at this point. Okay, so now we have access to him. And then what happens?
Right. The user submitted information gets put in the person. No, it gets put in the person to update.
That's right. Damn. And then?
And then we're saving the edit.
That's right.
Database.
That's right. And then we do redirect to the roster. Boom. Look at that. That is pretty nice. That's very nice. That's very nice. So let me ask you guys a question. That's do you notice how that we're cheating here somewhat? We're kind of cheating here because we're always getting 5. Yeah, sorry.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So the person won't know necessarily what ID they have. They would be searching up based on the name, and then we'd want to get the number from the name or attached to the name.
Yep. So let's make it so we can pass an ID to the edit character view. We could do that. You guys ready? If I were to go like this, watch this, ID, right? We could just call it ID or ID, it doesn't matter, like this. It is an integer. I'm going to show you guys a super duper cool trick. Okay. So are you ready? So before we were using edit character and we were passing nothing to it. And we were kind of just using the number 5 to, find number 5 of the people. But this time, we want to pass a number, an ID, to edit character. Okay. The way we do that, it's pretty sweet. Well, first of all, let's test it. Let's do it. Let's do it slowly. Also, don't worry. We're gonna call it a little earlier today, just so you know we can focus. Let's see. So now, before when I went game, edit character, and I press enter, um, it's good, right? Because I mean, it was good because it wasn't really expecting anything, correct? Um, is it expecting something now? You think?
Yeah, it's probably an ID.
It is expecting an ID. Let's see. So, let's see. Have you guys ever seen URLs with
Yes.
variables in them?
Yes.
So this is how you do it. You ready? You get question
Slash
mark.
ID. Oh.
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you're correct. ID equals, let's say, 5. Let's use 4 actually this time.
That makes sense.
All right. I mean, there's different ways of doing this, but for now, let's learn this way. MVC, it's a lot user friendly when it comes to this, but for now, this is one way of doing it. Okay. Well, let's see if it works. Are we ready? Do you guys see what I did? A question mark, which means, hey, these are parameters that are coming to you. And then ID equals 4. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see. Oh, okay. So, well, we are in the edit character. How do I check if the 4 was passed?
However, ID.
Oh, boom. Look at that. So ID passed. We passed the ID, which is pretty sweet. So let's say we search. We got the database object. And then we look for the ID, which is 4 here, right? And then we return the person if we find one. Did we find one? Yes, we did. We found Baron. And then we pass them over to right there. Isn't that cool? So this is going to go into your file. Again, I really need to give you guys some better notes here. But boom, this is very, 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 very important here. Parameters. URL parameters. Okay, so that kind of worked, right? Let's see if this works also. This is a special NVC way of doing it. 06. Did it get mapped? /6. It did. That's a special NVC way. Because NVC, it's the whole point for it is to have clean URLs. That way you don't need like those question marks, equals, all that stuff. You could get away with doing things much smoother and cleaner in NVC. But for now, just get used to the other way. I think is much easier, at least for now. All right, so let's see here. Truck door. All right. And so this is what we're getting at. So now we have the edit character. So we have a URL that accepts an ID, which is the ID we're going to edit. And that is gonna, we're gonna edit that information here. So since we have an edit page now, and we have, again, a URL that accepts an ID of the one we want to edit. So where would be the best place to put an edit link? Or where would be the best place to put a place where where you want to edit? What do you think?
The index.
Yes. Well, the index, yes. But what would be the easiest? I mean, we spoke about it before. Well, let's go over this. Let's think about it. Let's see, game index. I mean, we can create here another page that says, hey, it's like kill character sort of. We say, hey, which character do you want to edit? Right? And then we would do the same thing and look for it and then redirect that to the edit page. Or we could do it like they do in a lot of other places, existing places. Well, at the roster, can you see anywhere that we can probably put a place where we can edit?
We do it like right next to each name.
Exactly. Yeah. We could just put like a huge. What's the roster page? Like right next to each name here. So we could add a cool. Actually, even in the name here, we need. It's like right here. We could just say edit. Just for edit name. Well, edit character. Blip. I mean, we know that it's edit, but for now, let's do edit character. And if I did that, and then we have the edit character, but what does that need to be?
A button.
Yes, or a link. Correct. Let's make it a link. Remember, we have person here. We have this person. We have access to all the information for those people here. And person name. Edit character. Yeah, I guess this is fine here. Let's see. So let's do a link. How do I do a link? You guys remember?
Of an anchor.
That's right.
ahref equals
right.
game controller /
That's right.
edit character action.
That is correct. Yes. Edit character. And well, the cool thing is, right? Let me show you something. We could just do ID equals. This is kind of cheating in a way. Well, what's the ID that we want to give it?
Person.id.
God damn, yes, that is correct. Person.id. And well, let's see if that worked. What's this? Oh. Well, you need the text. Yeah. Edit. Okay. Okay, so well, there's an edit there. How do I hover and how do I check where that edit link and if it has the right values?
F12.
Yes. Well, yeah. Or I could just hover it.
Because it's a link.
Yeah, because it's a link. Yeah. With buttons, you can F12 it, but if it's a link, you can just hover. Oh, it's all good. So,
That's cool.
does this have the right path? Edit character. Game, edit character. Does it have the right ID?
It looks like
Yeah.
It looks like it. So, well, let's check Bill with the tasty food. Let's see if I hit. I'm gonna hit it. Oh, I'm in the edit character. Did it map the ID? Yes, the ID is through. Okay, let's go through. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So now we're. Yeah.
It was a huzzah. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. No, exactly. So let's change Bard / pimp because that's the same thing, of course, and 169 because that's what he does. So I'm gonna edit character, and then boom. Do you guys see how powerful this is? Just by doing a link in the roster, all we did, you guys see this? All we did is just a link. And we're giving that link the ID. This is something that you guys are just going to have to remember. There are shortcuts for this, by the way, but I want you to learn it in HTML. It's very important that you learn that we're learning now in HTML. Later on, you will use other means to display information. But for now, I want you to kind of learn it like this. Let's see. So right here we have the game, we got editor, and okay, Paul is doing stuff. He's doing more stuff now, and he's 112. So I'm gonna hit that edit character. Boom! Look at that. See how fast and how clean and how smooth that is. And you see how our links are pretty straightforward. Look at, you see that? Boom. Straight, straight, straight right here, bip, bip. And all of this is generated on the fly. All the IDs. You don't need to keep the IDs. You don't need to mess around with anything because it's always updated for you. Now let me ask you a question. How can I implement a delete function? How do I do a delete link? Do we have a delete? Or a kill character? Hey.
So basically, we're going to do what we just did with the edit button, but link a new button or link
Yep.
to the character, to the kill character page.
Pretty much, yes. Oh yeah. It's the same. It's kind of the same.
Principle.
Yeah, it is the same principle. Yes. There's a slight difference though because remember for kill character we were using the name to search.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We still want to retrieve the ID out of it.
Yep. We should have been doing it with the ID, but it's fine. I mean, we could just have a different page that says, "Hey, give me the name or give me the ID or something."
I mean, walking through it, it made sense to ask for the name.
Yeah. I think at the time.
But if we're going to do a roster page that we can edit, then it makes sense to do it by ID because the name's going to be right in front of us.
Yeah, exactly. and it's since it's on the go also, it's all of this is generated on the go through the loop, so it's very powerful and it's very useful here. All right, so I mean we'll do the delete and stuff later on, I think, but I think how do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about the flow of editing? We will be going over this edit, by the way, again. I know we did not get the whole flow, but at least hopefully we got a little bit. I mean, how much do you guys think you guys got a finger on it, editing and
Yeah.
all that stuff?
Definitely have to look at it again. But yeah, this is pretty cool stuff.
But yeah, so again, we have the most powerful. We have the principles. We have the most important tools to do anything with data now. Not only can we add new stuff into a database, we can delete, but we can also update, which is really, 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 really powerful. I mean, it's pretty cool. And when updating things that already exist, of course, that's the whole point of updating, right? Always remember these three things. I mean, we will write it down, and you should always kind of, this is how we're going to be interacting with it. Get a hold of the entry, modify that entry, and then save the changes. I will tell you that there is. Do you remember how we can just use remove or add, right? There is such thing as update, like db.update instead of add, but it's not. It doesn't work how we want it to work 100%. So for now, learn it like this, and later on, you'll be able to use the other way, pretty easy. Okay, and also what I want you to remember is that remember, this is just transporting data. It's just a collection of data inside an object. It's just a container of data that is being passed from the form. And this is the actual object that is connected to the database. So you use this object to update this one, and then you save it. That I will keep repeating, and that will that kind of has to become second nature. Um, but yeah, um, I mean we can add, delete, update. That's pretty much all you need to do any kind of database work. And we got the update, which is pretty powerful. Okay, so I think we are done for today. I think you're out on Thursday, Dan, right?
Yeah, I have a convention meeting.
No, no problem, no problem.
Just was dropped on me. It's about the same time.
No, it's fine. I mean, do we want to like switch it or move it to Sunday again? I mean, are we good for Sunday? Or maybe I could leave homework so you guys can do it on your own, and then we can go from there. I don't know. Or we'll play it by ear. Let's see how we feel about it this week or something. Or maybe I don't know. I mean, Dave, are you good for Thursday?
Yes.
I mean, maybe we could do some practice or something. Not for so long, maybe half an hour. And I mean, I could just work on some notes. We'll work it out. It's fine. But we're good for Sunday though, right? Just making sure.
Yes. Sunday.
Um, okay. No, I mean, there's gonna be times and days where we won't be able to meet, and that is totally fine. We're
Actually, I should get back to you on that. I think we're good on Sunday, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we're doing some pretty making some pretty good headway on this, and you guys are doing really, really good. So just keep at it. This is a little bit of a hump understanding some of this stuff, but it's you guys are doing great. Um, Well, let me tell you this. We hired someone a while ago, right, on my job, and I think you guys have as much understanding, or probably slightly more than he does.
Ouch.
Wow. Ouch.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we had to kind of, I mean, we had to let him go because he said he understood certain things, and he didn't, which is not that good. So, do you know when you guys describe the flow to me, right? Like the flow of an action when I hit something and it goes somewhere and then it goes here. You see, he was not able to do that. And
And they hired him?
yeah, well, again,
It happens.
well, no, well, there's a lot of jobs out there and positions. It's don't be then. And again, the reason I'm doing this is because I know if people study hard enough and they can demonstrate that they know some of this stuff, the work is out there. I mean, I know
Right.
for a fact. Yeah, and also when you guys were able to do this, you guys understand somewhat this like this input, right? He was not able to do so, at least not too well.
Jesus.
And again, yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, so it's all once you guys get some of this stuff down, you this knowledge is pretty powerful and it's very useful. But anyway, do the do. And again, 100%. We hired the person, and I think you guys are already kind of more advanced than he was, especially when it comes to the flow and understanding of how forms work and how they submit. Um, Once we get into the classes, then you guys will be far ahead of him. But anyway, I will see you guys soon. I will try since well, I guess I have more time to put together a package of updated notes to help you guys out. Make sure you install. Oh, maybe I'll do a video of installing Visual Studio so you guys can install it and run this project. Oh yes,
Yeah.
I think we'll do that. Oh, okay. All right. So we are done for today, guys. Take it easy and keep
You too.
rocking.
Have a good one.
Do the do. Let me see. Where am I? Is this thing working? Can you guys see my screen? Oh, wait. Can you guys see my screen? No. This is weird. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go.